Hi everyone. I'm so glad you're here with me now. If you're joining me live, type live in the chat or type replay. So I know that you have watched this. Um, Before we go into the content of the workshop, I just wanted you um, to land in your body because we are constantly processing what happens to us in our mind level. So want to involve your body as well. Um, so you can do that with any of your warm up, like any of your go to movements. You can bounce if standing up, or you can do a jog in place, or you can just follow the movement that I guide you now. um, Come to sit or stand with a straight back, and feet on the floor, and bring your arms by your side and make sure that you have some free space around you to move freely. Um, and then I like to make the movements with my eyes closed. You can do that if you feel safe in your space. You can have them open, and then just start swinging your arms side to side. You can make the movements as big or small as your body is comfortable doing, and then start challenging yourself. Go a little bit deeper, faster, 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 and keep swinging side to side, and let your body loose as you do it. And let that movement slow down and come to a stop, and bring one arm to your chest and one arm to your belly. Pause here. Feel the movement of the breath in your body. Feel the beating of your heart under your arm, under your hand. Take an inhale and then let the exhale fall out. And scan your body from the tips of your toes going up, feeling all the sensations, noticing them, allowing them. Just keep moving your attention from your toes up your legs, up your torso, up your arms to your neck, your face, your whole head. Take an inhale and let the exhale fall out. And ask yourself, what about this workshop made you curious? What do you hope to receive from this session? Stay with the thought. Take an inhale. Let that fall out. And when you're ready, you can join me here. If you've ever felt stuck in your relationship, wondering if it's you, if it's them, or if you're just destined to keep repeating the same patterns, this conversation is for you. Today, I want to share the real reason most women stay stuck in painful relationship dynamics and how you can start shifting everything without needing your partner to change first. This is also the first time I am walking you through in detail how my 9 week root and race program works. The exact process that helped me and is helping other women step into lasting peace and power. So stick around, and if anything resonates, pop it into the comments or reach out after. So I'm just going to pause for a minute to hear from you in comments. Um, I know that most of you are watching these lives, workshops in replay, um, but try to hop in there live from time to time so that you can get your questions answered. Um, and also, there is just like, there's an energetic connection when we meet as a group. Um, and it'll be nice to meet you live. Um, and I will also know that you 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 like, um, you appreciate what I'm sharing. Um, as as I'm being very honest in my shares, and it'll encourage me to share more openly if I know that it helps you. All right. So let's start with most of us, um, with what most of us do when we are hurting in a relationship. We try to fix it. We think that if we communicate our needs clearly, then the other person will change. But it also needs to be heard by them. And then we hear the advice that setting boundaries is important. And boundaries is important, right? It works. But they have to respect the boundaries, right? That's what I was up against. I was setting boundaries, but my boundaries was not respected. And some women tell themselves, "Oh, I just have to be assertive." I've done all that. I've been assertive. I've set my boundaries. I've strived to communicate clearly, but it's very difficult to communicate clearly um, in an objective way when you are emotionally affected, right? Like when you are affected, you come in with a plan. Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to use non-violent communication. I'm going to express my needs, express my feelings. You can have all that framework, but the moment they say something that is hurtful, you just shut. I i used to just shut down, and all of that strategies will escape, and I've always been assertive, and that doesn't help. um I mean, that itself doesn't help. I am still assertive, but that in itself is not enough. And setting boundaries is also good, but it needs to be respected, right? Otherwise, they it's not doesn't count as a boundary also. And so I've done all that. I've learned, and it doesn't, none of them help me make the real change that I've made in my relationship. Why? Because there is no strategy or set of words that guarantees that the people in your life will change. What we often miss is that most relationship struggles are deeply rooted. um, I'll give you examples here. So it could be from family patterns we have inherited, unhealed wounds we are carrying, dynamics that have shaped um, both you and your partner long before you met, right? Um, so you might have unhealed wounds when you met your partner, when you started your relationship. That's how I was too. When um So, and he has his, and we never integrated as a unit. um, and we always went back to familiar reactive patterns when we had issues. And when issues don't get when there is a pattern of issues not getting resolved, you resort to um, not uh, not addressing them, because like whenever you address them, it goes into a nasty fight, or you end up much worse than where you start. You will subconsciously, you will lose the energy to sustain that kind of effort, right? So that's what ends up happening. There is a root cause for each couple's relationship problem, and that root cause, the I will when I talk about it, I talk about it in different terms, but it's essentially the truth, right? Um, so it's the truth, the true reason for the disconnection. It's all stems from there, and then you just like gradually get disconnected more and more over the years and over several flare ups and incidents. So, unless you deal with it, nothing really changes, right? Um, and that's what ends up happening with time. It just becomes more nasty, or you just become lifeless, um, in allowing that, the other person in their own um, way of being around you, where this is the case where you are not assertive, your boundaries are not respected, you just lose your sense of self. um, so for us, for between my husband and me, it was the influence of our families. We both carried patterns we didn't even realize were shaping our marriage. And that's so every couple has has something. Each couple has a unique um, dynamics and a unique reason why they they are not able to come together as a unit. Um, have you felt like no matter how you hard you try, you keep ending up back in the stuck place? Just give you a moment to reflect on that. I know what it's like to live that frustration, to feel like you're doing everything right but still feel unseen, unheard, or stuck. And you have choices. You can keep trying harder, blame your partner and leave, postpone doing the real work, and maybe realize later the cost, like I did. But if you leave before connecting deeply with yourself and discovering whether your thoughts are really true, the cycle repeats. That's what I say. It only takes one person doing the real inner work for everything around them to shift. And this isn't about working harder or giving more of yourself. This is about working smarter. By finally working on the one thing you can control, it's only you. So let me break down exactly how this works inside the Root and Race program, the program that I offer, in a step by step manner. First step, you will see really what's going on. We start by helping you see the truth of your situation with clarity without judgment. We'll unpack the struggles you're facing, identify the patterns, and bring awareness to what's been running beneath the surface. Do you see how this will help you stop feeling confused and start seeing things for what they are? And then we move into step two, which is reconnecting you with your inner wisdom. We use yoga therapy tools to quiet the noise inside so you can reconnect with your higher self, your inner knowing. This is where your strength, confidence, and clarity come alive. Can you feel how this would make you feel stronger and more in control? Type strong in the chat if you see that. And then the step three is that we take aligned simple actions. Then we take identify simple daily actions aligned with your truth that will start shifting your reality. Not forced action, but action rooted in wisdom, your inner wisdom. Your higher self already knows what's right for you. Yoga therapy just offers um, the the process through which you can silence the distractions within you and here connect with your higher self, which will tell you what is the root of the problem within your life. Sometimes um, when you're trying to solve the relationship issue, you might even solve something bigger. But um, you know, those are like one of the bonuses of doing this program, right? So, anyways, that comes from you will connect to it once you have done the program. How powerful would it feel to take actions that come from your deepest wisdom instead of reaction, right? And unlike regular yoga therapy, this program includes on demand coaching while you are in the program, support when you hit tough moments, bonuses designed to sustain your growth. This is where this program is where the real shift happens. Why, why this model works is that this model I've created, this framework I've created is with the knowledge that, you know, I know that you are busy. You're juggling a lot of things. Maybe you have young kids, you have a career, and and the relationship feels like a fight. So when the relationship is is not ideal, it affects all aspects of our life, and it feels like it's too much, you know. And I when I when I was in the thick of it, when I used to take yoga therapy sessions, the therapist um, uh, would listen I would go like, oh, and this is happening, and this is happening, and this is happening, and I have to deal with this. And and she'll be like, oh yeah, that's a lot. And then I'll feel hurt, but I know that, you know, it's not just like, it's not just you that's happening, that a lot is happening to. Everybody is facing a lot. But when your relationship, when you fix this toxic cycle within your relationship, every aspect of your life falls into place, and it is not too much anymore. You are able to, you are you are naturally given the things that you can handle, right? uh, so once once you get to the other side of this problem, and this is not dragging you down anymore, it's not too much anymore. You are, you have the capacity to handle everything, and that's what I have become, right? So I used to be that overwhelmed with everything, and now I can handle everything, and more, and bring in more into my life. So I know you're busy. So this program is designed with that in mind. It's just 60 to 90 minutes per week of guided sessions, daily actions that take less than 5 minutes, that come directly from your truth from the session. So before the first session, there is the only thing that you have to do is schedule the session. And then and the incremental progress that builds every week, right? So the dramatic that shift that we are looking for does not happen with one session. It builds from each session. So it takes a minimum of 8 to 9 sessions for making a transformation. There are small shifts which build on each other to bring about that transformation. And that transformation comes from you connecting with your truth, and taking that repeatable small action that comes directly from the truth. So between between successive sessions, which will be roughly about a week, you will have to take the action that you committed to, um, on a daily basis. So it'll be a five, it'll be a 1 minute to a 5 minute. It's a small, simple action that's aligned with the truth, but you will have to repeat it to see a tangible shift in your brain, like new neural networks starts happening. A new habit gets formed by this new action that you're taking, and you will see a slight shift every week on week. At but the end of the program, it is a big transformation. You would have connected with your truth, and you know with clarity which um, which direction you want to go. That's why I wish for you. So it's not about doing more, it's about showing up consistently. And here's where I I love the value of this program. It's less effort and less time, less effort, but it leads to priceless transformation. You get lasting change in just 9 weeks with minimal effort and time. What you gain is priceless peace, confidence, and the ability to transform your relationships without overhauling your life. So I'll just give you a moment to sit with that. And if you are able to see the possibility in that, just type 9 in the comments, the number 9. So you can choose to keep doing what you've been doing and get the same results, to keep waiting for your partner to change, or you can take this step towards reconnecting with yourself. Start seeing the change ripple through every part of your life. If this resonates, I invite you to reach out or schedule the call with me. Um, I have just one spot open this month. You can get in on the waiting list for the next month. And if you want to explore if this is right for you, I'm offering this complimentary clarity call. The link is in the bio. It's not a sales pitch, a real chance for us to talk through your situation. If you're serious, message me or comment below and I'll give you the details. Thank you for showing up here. I believe in you and you can't wait and I can't wait to see what happens when you start believing in yourself too. Thank you.